apparently the Bears aren't going to get a king's ransom for that #1 overall pick. Or are they? Let's talk about it. What is going on, y'all? Faiz Sports Talk back at it with another video talking, of course, NFL, here to talk about the Chicago Bears. And here to talk about a report coming out from ESPN talking about the fact that the Bears aren't going to get that king's ransom that they are looking for, that everyone expects them to get. Now, who is this report coming from? It's Matt Miller. He's an ESPN NFL draft analyst, and he basically said the following, and I quote, "The overwhelming feedback was that the Bears won't get a king's ransom for the #1 pick, but the Indianapolis Colts had the best situation in terms of draft capital and trading the pick out of the NFC," end quote. And then he went ahead and talked about kind of what trade packages would look like with the teams that the Bears are most likely to trade with, being the Colts, Texans, and Panthers, who have respectively the 2nd, 4th, and 9th pick, I believe, in this year's drafts. And so take a look here. As Colts, he's got, if the Bears do trade with the Colts for that #1 pick, Colts giving up the #4 pick, makes sense, a 2nd rounder, a 4th rounder, and a 3rd rounder. So no extra ones, just a 2nd, 4th, and a 3rd. And if it's the Texans, it's a 3rd, 4th, and a 3rd. So no seconds even. All right, forget first, no seconds even. And then with the Panthers, this one, because he dropped from 1 to 9, we're talking 3rd, 4th, a 1st, and a 3rd. So finally you get a 1st, but you got to drop down 8 spots here. I got to say, folks, I think this is just completely inaccurate, okay? Now, Matt Miller might be plugged in, sure, and I could be wrong about this, but I got to go ahead and get my word out about this. The Chicago Bears will get more than 1 first-round pick from trading this 1st overall pick. When I say more than 1 first-round pick, I'm talking about not the pick that they swap with, right? Not the 2, 4, or 9. I'm talking about an additional first-rounder. If they don't, it is malpractice on the part of Ryan Poles to not be able to do that. Now, the only exception to that rule would be maybe the Texans, because you're going from 1 to 2, right? You're literally dropping a spot. But any other, selection that you're trading with, you're getting a 1st in return. And Ryan Poles better do that. Now, why is Matt Miller saying this? Why is this report coming out? I truly believe that, there are sources in the NFL where they kind of want to see, kind of where things align. And, at this point, the race to trade with the Bears for the #1 pick might not be that high. But we're not at draft time yet. Things could change. And so at this point, if you ask the Colts and you ask Jim Irsay and their GM, and you ask the Texans and the Panthers, they might say, yeah, we'll give them a 2nd, a 3rd, and a 4th. They'll say that right now. But ask them 2 weeks before the draft, when it's really time to see, hey, I need a quarterback. The Colts could go ahead and take one if I'm the Texans, or if I'm the Colts, the Texans could take one. Ask them at that time what they're willing to trade. And then they'll be like, oh, yeah, I'll trade a 1st and a 2nd and a 3rd. You see what I mean? So timing is everything. This report's coming out now. That's fine if this is what the offer is now. But it doesn't work like this. You don't start with one offer and end with one offer. You start with one offer, and then you slowly increase the offer. And more suitors come in here. That's how this works. And it's not just these 3 teams, Colts, Texans, Panthers. It very well could be one of these 3 teams that they trade with, but you've got the Jets, you've got the Titans, you've got the Raiders. They all need quarterbacks. They could all jump. So to me, I'm not too worried. And I do think the Bears will get a king's ransom. The fact that this report came out doesn't waver my belief at all. It's just that at this time, these teams probably aren't willing to tell these reporters that they're willing to give up this much. They're saying, hey, we'll see. This is kind of what we're looking at here. But ask them closer to the draft time. And I bet you it'll be higher. And I bet you the Bears are getting more than this offer that they are presenting. So let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment down below. As always.